Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a really delicious snack slash starter dish with a recipe for a vegetable pakora. The recipe is completely suitable for vegetarians and vegans and it contains the minimum of ingredients. You can add additional and extra vegetables and use the batter with any sort of thing, but this version is nice, quick and easy to make. Creates a really tasty dish that can be made in a few minutes. Keep an eye out for my video that follows this or accompanies this, which is a video to show you how to make a mint chutney dipping sauce that goes really well with the pakoras. So I really hope you enjoy. Give it a go. Let me know how you get on. Like, share, subscribe to my channel because I've got plenty more videos coming. And make sure you follow me and give me a shout with some of your completed dishes on Instagram. Okay, so let's get started in terms of telling you what you need. So the amount that I'm going to show you here is enough for a large family or a large gathering. So this will be for between 5 to 8 people, maybe, depending on how big you make your pakoras. But you'll need basically what I've done is I've cut up 2 onions quite thin so they cook through and fry through evenly. I've cut up 2 potatoes. You can have these in like French fry style, homemade type style chips, but quite thin, or you can have them in smaller, more chunky potatoes, again just thin enough to cook through when you deep fry them. So I've got 2 potatoes, 2 onions, I've got a handful of coriander, fresh coriander, which I've chopped through, and then I've put 3 chilies in mine. You can either chop these finely or do what I've done and just put them through a mini food chopper just to make them nice and small. On top of that, in terms of everything else I'm using, I've got 2 tablespoons of salt. You might want to add more or less depending on your taste. A teaspoon of chili powder, a teaspoon of ground coriander, a teaspoon of garam masala, and then a tablespoon of crushed chilies. You can add these if you want, that's to your preference depending on how hot you want it. But obviously salt and all these can be towards your preference. If you taste it and you don't like it, you can add more, you can add less next time. And the other ingredient that you'll need is gram flour. So gram flour is basically dried chickpea flour. It's very important. It makes it's the basis of the batter, which we'll make in a minute. But them are all your ingredients that you'll need for this style that I'm making. It's a vegetarian dish. You can add other vegetables if you want. You can make them with carrots, you can make them with cauliflower, you can add cabbage, you name it. You know, it's up to you really, and you can have a play about with it. We sometimes do add spinach as well. You can, if you wanted to, grate the potatoes. Some people do grate the potatoes. How you do it is up to you. And really the beauty of this dish is that you can experiment with lots of different vegetables and make really different styles of pakoras that you need. So, you know, we normally do sometimes add spinach, but for this purpose today I've not done so. Okay, so as you can see, I've added all my ingredients into a largish bowl to mix with. Make sure that you mix it really well so that your spices and herbs and everything coat the potatoes and onions. And now we're ready to add our batter. We're going to have to do this bit by bit, or add our gram flour, sorry, because we're going to have to do this bit by bit to make sure we get the right consistency. If it's too thin, it won't fry properly, or it'll get very greasy when you fry it, and too thick and it just won't hold. It won't have that right hold. It'll kind of collapse as you put it into the frying pan. So we're going to add it slowly, bit by bit, and then you're just going to mix it through really well to see how you get on. So to begin with, you're going to add about 4 heaped tablespoons of the gram flour. Okay, so once you've done that, you're just going to mix it through really well. If you're going to do it by hand, it's probably good as you're mixing it just to squeeze it through. You can do it however you want to mix it, but make sure you mix it through really well, and then I'll come back and show you what it looks like and whether we need to add a little bit of water to it or add more gram flour just to get the right consistency. Okay, so I've added the glass of water that I had, pretty much all of it, just a little bit left. I added a couple more tablespoons of gram flour, and I've pretty much got the consistency that I wanted. So you can see it's quite thick, Alright, it's not too thin, everything's nicely coated, but I'm getting a little bit of everything because the batter's holding it all together. So that's the consistency that you want. Okay, quite thick, and now we're ready to start putting it into the fryer. So what I've done is I've put some oil in a frying pan, or a wok in my case. I've just got the my trusty wok, and I filled it with a little bit of oil. I put it on a medium heat so it heats all the way through. And what you're going to do is just to test the oil, just going to get a little bit of your batter, just a tiny amount, and then you're just going to dip it in. Okay. And what you're going to wait to see is, obviously you see the sizzling, but you'll know that your oil's warm enough when, as soon as you put your ingredients in, they kind of rise to the top. You can put these in by hand, but what I tend to do, just to be safe and keep it so you get a nice portion, is just use a spoon. So you just get a little bit on your spoon and then just slowly pour it in. And then as it cooks, you'll see that it starts rising to the top, and then you just got to give it a few minutes just till it turns a nice golden brown colour. Keep an eye on it and make sure it turns that nice golden brown colour. Okay, so it's been a minute, and then what you want to do is just keep your pan on a medium heat, and then just kind of toss your pakoras in the pan just to make sure both sides evenly cook. They're getting a nice brownish colour on them now, so we're just going to give them another minute or so. You want a golden brown colour, so just make sure you go through and keep tossing the ones so they get kind of fried evenly on both sides. And you can see that one there, for example, is getting a nice colour on it, not long before we're ready to take them out. Okay, so you can see that my pakora now are a nice golden brown colour. They're perfectly done, nice colour to them on both sides. I'll put it on some kitchen roll just to soak up the excess oil, and then you're ready to basically eat them. They are quite hot, so you might give them a few minutes to cool down, and then just put some dipping sauce and you've got it and you're done. So that's your vegetable pakora done.